am joined in the comms box by eBay Boy. So, how are you, eBay Boy?
Yeah, good. Excited to watch this tier 2 race / quali. Race last night wasn't overly eventful for me, so hopefully I get to see a full 25 laps, unlike I did last night.
How many laps did you see last night?
I only completed 5 in the race and crashed at turn 3.
Where I said.
Yep, first time I've ever crashed at that corner, funnily enough. And you know what that corner's like, turn in a little bit, just a tiny bit, and that's your race done. Flick the inside wall and off goes the left tyre. But enough about me. We know how I'm doing. How about you? How you doing?
I'm alright in this heat, not much. But yeah, if you're from South Australia, this heat is killing you. Darwin, same thing. Darwin
Yep.
actually would be worse. Pray for the Darwin people.
Yeah, I feel that.
Well, Elmer Jacko first to start a lap. He will come down into the first braking point. It's a chicane, hairpin chicane thing. So you have to brake extremely early just to get the nose in. Hopefully don't slide out on the second apex turn into turn 3 and not break your wheel off like it's stuck together by glue. Flat out through the S's, making sure to just stay off the outside curbing as much as possible, as close to the walls as possible at this circuit, around it's like a spoon. Now, around the spoon curve, towards the next chicane. There is another chicane coming up before the third DRS straight, as he gets through that pretty cleanly. Through this section with the DRS on, making sure to stay as close to the walls as possible. 1:01.671 through this section, almost destroying his wing. Coming through the bended left DRS straight, up to the final braking zone, braking just under the green, yellow and red flag thingy, where that shows. Under one of the bridges, another bridge comes across the line, 29.3. And never mind. Maniac 95 going for a 28.6. What was your lap time in qualifying?
Good question. It was I think it was only a 28.8, but I did it on heavy fuel and old tyres because I didn't do much practice, so I think I did around about 8 laps in quali.
Fair enough.
So yeah, I definitely could have done better than that myself, but the tier 1 guys were all doing 27s. I think pole might have been like a 26, high 26 or something. So
yeah, currently Maniac on pole with 28.6. Voida, Cornet, and Botanical Bot are the next ones to obviously finish their laps. Out laps J-Man, Sammers, and Izzy Bro. Just look through Discord to see if anyone wants to vote. Check stream because normally my game audio is a bit fried, so I'll just see if it works this time.
right, that's a bit weird.
Jay Beza, can whoever's in the stream chat, could you tell me if you can hear game audio? Because I had to get that fixed a while ago. I got it fixed before around 12 PM, so hopefully it's all good. Mechanical Bot coming up to the line, setting a 29.491 ahead of BCP. thank you.
Wow. Sorry.
Oh, I was just going to say thank you, Adolf, because you said you can hear game audio more than me.
What a knob. Hate that fella. Couldn't even pick me.
You didn't have a chance to.
Ah, he did. He had 2 chances earlier. 10-11.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me. So this grid, looking at all these names, looks like a relatively close grid. I would say probably closer than what it was last season. That's because we don't have. There's a couple of full traction merchants that have gone missing. Thank God for that. But if we exclude your man T Salmons, so we have no biasness because we know what you're like.
Oh my
Who
god.
do you think could be taken pole?
I'm gonna say Ludosi, who's currently in second in the Mercedes.
On mediums too, might I add.
Yep. What
Definitely that
excuses?
kind of guy. Yeah, that's what he does.
No, he did do it on the mediums as well.
Yeah, he's a medium lover, but I mean, I feel like, I'd say the 28.6 is a pretty good lap. But I would think that Maniac could probably improve on that. I mean, you're not allowed to talk about Salmons, so I will. I know what Salmons is like. He was pretty good around here on last year's game, although it is a different game. And I haven't seen him race it since, but had a good pace then. And I think everyone here knows what Jacko's like, even though he has had to abide to the new restrictions set by the league. He's not really slow. Like, he might have lost a tenth or two, but he's just gonna find it eventually. Like, he's just that kind of guy. And then there's a few other guys. I mean, I'm not meaning to sound biased, but everyone knows how good Sebi was last season, and he kind of, you know, had a rough patch at the end of last season. But Daniel Starr, I'll be honest, I don't know who Velocity Echo is, so I can't say much. But Voider and Bot, they're both good. J-Man, he, Grandson Nips he's alright. Easy Bro's pretty good. Thank you, loud neighbour down the street. And as I say it, Voider jumping into second place. I missed that. I don't know if you saw that, but
Yeah, Echo behind him, 28.9.
do you know who he is? Is that his name, or is it?
Name, it's Echo.
No, like, is it someone else that? Well, there goes Sebi. Just like I said, everyone knows that Sebi's pretty quick. Like, is Echo someone that's been here before, just changed their name?
No,
That's what I was saying.
So.
Okay, interesting.
And
Well, he's in 28, so it's a good start. Ladozi is going through the first sector right now on a set of softs. He's definitely one to keep an eye on, only being 4/10 off on the mediums, and he is down on his top. Interesting, a bit of a medium merchant maybe. I know from past experiences with him, he loves a run on the mediums, and I don't know, I think the medium is the C3 tyre here as well, so the C3 is universally the better tyre on the game. So maybe it's just maybe the tyre just suits him better around here, but I mean, we'll find out. I missed what his split at Sector 2 was because I was waffling about tyres, but coming around the final corner, overtake on, he's out of deployment already. That's not great. But there he goes, pole, provisional. Found half a second, so must have been a pretty good middle sector. Or maybe he hit the last 2 corners pretty well.
actually can't hear me properly, so I might have to, after qualifying, go into my OBS and turn myself on.
Right. Well, I hope they can hear me then.
They can hear you perfectly.
Oh, good. Because I can waffle.
You can, technically, you can waffle while watching the race, and they'll love hearing your voice as I start turning my stuff up.
Yep, I can do that.
That means
I keep an eye on all the stuff going down at the back, and
they will hear your voice, but on stream, they'll see my OBS setup.
see.
Oh,
I'll keep them up to date.
Daniel Starr has.
Oh!
That was really weird area to crash at.
So I missed it obviously, but I have a pretty good idea on what's happened. So obviously, somehow he's managed to avoid the turn 3 wall, that's normally where the crash happens here. But what he's done is he's run wide, taken too much curb, probably tried to put his foot down, and sometimes there is grip there, and sometimes there isn't grip there, and he's just lost it and gone into the wall. So I have a feeling that's what happened. That is a pretty notorious time trial slip, really. That's the kind of spot where if you're pushing super hard in the first sector in your TT, you might lose it there. It's unfortunate for him because Daniel Starr is a relatively quick driver. And now and Maniac's just put himself provisional pole as well by, what is that, 12 thousandths of a second? 100,000? Yeah, 12 thousandths of a second. It's a pretty good lap.
Mind talking while I turn stream around to my OBS?
I sure can. We have Ghost Rider coming across the line now to set an actual banker, and it's a 29.2. First lap on the softs. We have a Haas of Easy Bro coming across the line. 29.7, a big improvement, but this is just a Red Bull coming across the line as well. Beza with a 30.2 keeps himself in 14th place. We got most of the cars on the grid are still in the pit lane with just over 4 minutes remaining, so those guys that I named that just finished their laps probably hoping to get into the pits as quickly as possible. They get a fresh set on and then go for it again as T. Salmons is going into the pit lane. He did invalidate, might have been setting up to go again. Turns out he wasn't. As Bot comes into the pit lane, and then so does the driver behind, which I think is a V-carb, which it was. It was Maniac, who just finished his lap. So this is the point in time where I would say most of the drivers on track, maybe apart from one or two of them, apart from Jacko and Grandson Nips, who are the two people on their outlaps, get back in the garage, take the fuel out if you need to, put the freshies on, and it'll be interesting to see what time they choose to come out. I mean, pole is at 28.5. You probably want to be out. You want to be leaving the pit lane probably by the 2 minute mark, as it looks like a Williams is already coming out. It's banana cake pie. A little bit early. I don't know if the racing surface will get any better per se, but you'd probably like to wait as far to the end as possible if you've got the nerves of, to be able to not bottle it at turn 1, which I did in quali on my last run. So let's hope that the tier 2 guys can do a better job of that, as we're going to have Grandson Nips, the only Alpine in the race tonight, who'd be starting his last lap, along with Jacko, who is just behind him, crossing the line right now. Which driver do you want to go on board with, or are you still fixing your thing?
I am on Grandson Nips. I hope they can hear me
Okay.
because I did turn myself up significantly.
Well, I will keep an eye on Jacko then, as you keep an eye on
yeah,
Grandson Nips and see what he does.
Coming through the S's up to the end of Sector 1 before Spoon. And if they can hear me, that would be great. 6/10 up for Grandson Nips. He is going for at least 8th position if he can manage almost a second improvement.
Jacko just went through the Sector 1 split and he is down 2.5 tenths on his lap. Oh, and he's actually invalidated, which I have just realised. So, don't know if he's got the fuel. He's definitely got the battery, and looking at how he's going, he might just have enough fuel. He could definitely get around in time to start again. Back to you on Grandson.
Yeah, he's coming up to the line. He's going through the DRS, going past all the cars that on their outlaps, warming up their tyres, trying to get to the line in time. There's a yellow flag, so I can't really see how much time is left. But
40 seconds.
The DRS and 29.1, aiming for 8th, and he got 8th.
It's a pretty good lap. I think it was only his second run too, so...
Yes, it was, because he's done...
and
Sebi has retired at the same
Sebi's
corner.
crashed at turn 3.
Oh, he crashed with
And...
Ladozi.
Oh!
Because Ladozi's got no wing.
That might be... Well, not... That will be in the stewards. I can almost guarantee your number 2 and your number 3 driver currently on the grid. It'd be interesting to see how that goes. Where we have Jay Beza did not get in. Oh, well, I think Ladozi's going to lose that.
He was
as
trying to flip around.
Banana Cake Pie crossing the line, up 4 tenths, only P10 because of the extra spot due to the disqualification of Ladozi.
Up 4 tenths.
He has invalidated his lap,
Ooh.
so unlucky for him.
Invalidate. Oh, that was a 28.
Maniac coming around the last corner is going across the line. Does not improve. Actually goes slower.
Isn't improving. T Salmons isn't improving. He's about 300s down. 7 seconds down. He is done.
Botanical Bot's coming around the last corner on his run to the line. It's not an improvement at all. We've got a McLaren of J-Man, who does improve.
Ghost Rider is up by 4 tenths. Into third.
P3! Good lap. And I think we got Jacko, who is given up on his lap.
Easy Bro's done. Yeah, Grandson Nips is done. So that is qualifying over for everyone.
Oh. It's kind of a disappointing end.
A-Dog said turn yourself up a bit more, so, I mean, now that we're waiting for everyone... Me.
Oh.
So, now that everyone's going into the pit lane, let me just chuck myself up a bit more.
I'll be honest, I've spent the last 10 minutes trying to figure out why my laptop has no connection when I clearly still have internet connection. So, can't see the chat. I hope your RLT is running well, because mine is no longer running.
Mine is running.
Okay, good.
That's why I want a second monitor so I can actually see it. Make sure it is running still. So everyone is coming into the pits, waiting for Grandson Nips.
Haven't you got like a laptop?
No, I have a PC, but it's all on in the background.
Oh, I can tell you have a PC.
But it's all on in the background.
Right. What the fuck is going on?
Things. Well,
no. I'll just fucking open it on my phone then, I guess.
Maniac 9.5 at the front end of the field. It is a V-Carb 1-2. Ghost Rider in the Ferrari. Then Voida, Cornet in the McLaren for A-Dog. T Salmons, Echo, Jacko, Grandson Nips, J-Man, Botanical Bot, BCP, Izzy Bro, Jay Beza, Daniel Starr and Ludosi.
Just saying that if I was in tier 2, it wouldn't have been a V-Carb 1-2. Just putting that
Would
out
have
there.
been a V-Cub 2-3.
Who knows? It might have been a V-Carb 1-3.
No.
Anyway, it'll be interesting to see what these tier 2 drivers do for the race strategy-wise. For what I believe is the best strategy is probably a medium-hard. It's a best-case scenario kind of thing where, because the hards could do the whole race, and they're not great, but they're not terrible. So if you get damage early on, or if there's an early safety car, jump on the hards pretty early on. But I would say the softs are not bad around here, but best just to stick with the medium hard, because you probably pit between the 10 and 15. Probably pit a little earlier, but it depends on how well you're looking after your mediums, considering they are the better tyre. It'll be interesting to see what safety cars are like here, because I think they used them all last night, as we get 4, now 5 red lights, and we get held, and now we're gone.
Oh, Jesus. Anyway, Maniac keeping the lead from his teammate.
Oh,
Rider has
contact
been spun.
already.
Oh my god,
Oh,
everyone's
no.
gone. Why are
And
you all off
Grandson
the track?
Nips.
Anyway, T. Salmons has
Slight.
fallen down. He is battling with other people at the moment. Elmer Jacko has stayed where he is. Voida has gone up. Sebi has gone past Maniac. And that makes him the de facto race leader at the moment. Maniac will not be happy. Well, he'll be happy because his teammate's the one in front of him. But they have about a second gap to Ghost Rider already. And Elmer Jacko has a gap to Botanical Bot, who has just seen Ludosi has gotten past T. Salmons down the inside, almost getting the Echo. J-Man is right behind this battle. Daniel Starr and Izzy Bro are about a second apart as well. BCP is battling. Is that? Oh, J. Bez has got wing damage. He's the only one, I believe, that has wing damage.
I am not surprised by that.
Well,
that'd be a real pain in the ass, that having happened.
BCP getting a move done on Izzy Bro. We look at position changes, just because that's what happened first. Ludosi, who did get disqualified, up 7. Daniel Starr up 3, and Botanical Bot up 4. Jacko is up 2, and the biggest loser is Grandson Nips, and the second biggest loser is T. Salmons. They are all on... No, actually.
I'll be honest.
13 drivers are on the mediums. 2 are on the
I think
hards.
Jay Bezer is the biggest loser out of all that. I mean, I think he started 15th anyway, or no, he would have started 13th because of the 2 people that did not qualify. But you know, now he's got this penalty to serve. He's got to have a front wing change. He's going to be on the hard tyres, and the rest of the grid is basically half a track ahead of him. So, going to be a lonely drive for Bezer.
And Salmon's already got 6 seconds.
I did see that. That is pretty interesting. How you've managed to do that in 2 laps, but it is Saudi. Things do happen here.
I will say he did get all of that in the first sector of the second.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I feel like there's only one corner in the first sector you can see that, but that's me personally. But hey, why would you trust the guy that crashed down lap 5 last night anyway? No.
Fair enough.
But let's see. So obviously, I feel like the turn 1, being a tier 2 steward, I feel like the turn 1 incident will definitely be in the steward's room, as Voida has just gone past Ghost Rider up into 3rd, as you see the V-Carbs both kind of they're not absolutely driving away, but I mean, they're at DRS, and if they're smart, they'll probably just work together here. But
Izzy Bro hasn't lost it. He's got no wing as well.
Oh, that's interesting.
And a puncture, I think, because he...
No way.
What the...
Oh, he's out.
Okay, I caught that on stream. He just drove into the wall.
I didn't catch all that. I just saw the DNF part.
Yeah, well, I mean,
And
driving straight into the wall is not going to help the Haas at all. The only Haas driving.
that is the first virtual safety car as well.
How many did we get? 2?
I believe at a 50% race there is a total of 5 safety cars, and that includes virtuals. Could be wrong. It could be 4. One thing I am noticing, and obviously we are under. Well, it was closed for a minute. Maniac had dropped that far back that Voider was almost within a second of him. Obviously, Maniac has picked up the pace a tad. But as I was saying before, the turn 1 incident, I feel like we'll be in the steward's room. Not only do you have Jay Beza got a penalty and damage, and Grandson Nips also got screwed, but it was just slight contact between Maniac and Ghost Rider, and it's hurt quite a few people.
I believe it is green flag soon enough because everyone is driving down the straight like it's their last day on Earth. No, never mind. Yep,
so,
right
there
as
it is.
you get there. Hopefully.
And no one got a penalty, so that's good.
Good
As Ladozi and Echo side by side through oh, and Echo's round. And I will be honest, I think that was netcode. If anyone knows what that means. I don't feel like there was actually any contact between those two. I feel like it was just the game being the game. So in other words, shit.
I mean, if you look at first and second, Sebi is almost gapping his teammate, and
yep.
Cornet is getting there.
I feel like if Zandon was chatting with these boys, hell, if I was chatting with them, considering I am their teammate, I would be telling Sebi to stay, keep it in that second, because you'd be better off, instead of letting Voider get Maniac and then, you know, those two inadvertently work together to catch up to Sebi. You're better off keeping your teammate there so you have a buffer, which is almost at a second. So, I mean, I doubt he heard what I said, but, and it's probably just the DRS because it's so powerful around here. As while I was waffling again, we saw Ladozi got a 3-second penalty for exceeding track limits, I think it was.
I think Sebi did hear you because it's now 2 tenths behind them.
Yeah.
Between them.
Well, see, that's the thing, right? Oh, we have yellow flag, and that is Echo probably going. I assume he's trying to get into the pit lane.
No, he went for a spin.
Yeah, but I assume he's going.
Yeah, he got broken wing, so.
Yeah, missing a large.
Xandon has said, "Great teamwork, boys. Keep it up." So I don't think he is in the team. I don't think they're in the same party.
Maybe not. Hold on, what the hell? Did I just see that? No, I was just looking at something that caught my attention. Can this work?
Yep.
Sorry, I'm still dealing with the internet problem. I now have it open on my phone. So now we can keep an eye, well now I can keep an eye on some of these knobheads, especially that Xandon Plays kid.
Fair enough.
Doing everything I can to get dropped. Anyway, so as we can see, Sebi and Maniac clearly, again, I don't want to say they are working together, but inadvertently they're doing a good job, as we got a 3-car battle with Voider, Ghost Rider and Jacko, and then as we see Ghost Rider go for it, and potentially Jacko might think about around the outside in turn 1, thinks better of it. Probably the safe bet wasn't necessarily alongside. As just Echo and Beza are racing together because of that incident, and so are VCP and Grandson Nip. But there's an interesting gap going on. Botanical Bot is literally just driving by himself. He is in the worst position possible.
But he's somehow keeping ahead and behind.
Well, I'm looking at this, and I've been in this position many a times last season, and it sucks. You feel quick, and you see the guys ahead of you, and you think you can catch them, and you know what? He might, but they just have DRS, and it's so annoying because they are just they're just there. They're so close. And he doesn't have to worry about the guys behind because Ladozi and Salmons are they're battling. Like, they are not giving this up, even though they are also at the same distance basically. But we know that Jacko, Ghost Rider, and Voida are all quick drivers, and you know, quick drivers having DRS is a real pain.
Yeah, well, Elmer Jacko going for a double overtake. Voida diving down the inside. Elmer Jacko keeping it ahead just. Botanical Bot, as you said, was catching but wasn't catching enough. He was at 2 seconds before the final corner, but it's now back to 1.6, and T. Salmons has gained about 2/10.
Oh!
He is gone! Where has Sebi gone? Oh, he's gone
Turn
there.
5.
Hold on, did they collide?
I don't think so.
I was focusing on T. Salmons and Ladozi. I did not see if they collided or not. And Zayden is having an absolute meltdown. Serves you right, Zayden.
Well, you know, these... Oh, and it's a full course this time. So this helps Echo and Beza a lot. The only issue for them is pitting here now, with them being on the hards, is suicidal. You can't. They have to stay on those tyres. And
Daniel Star, he started on the hards.
I know, and that's what's worse. Like, he could totally pit for the mediums, but they are gonna feel like crap having to. You're gonna have to take them probably, I'm gonna say 15, 16 racing laps is how far he'll have to go. Or what else he could do, depending on, as Beza has just got a drive-through for speeding under safety car, not paying attention. The other thing that he could do, and this is a massive gamble, is you two stop from here.
And see if
but I
get
don't.
Enough time.
Yep, but I don't know if he has the tyres. That will be the question. But we'll see what he puts on here. He's putting on the mediums. So
BCP, oh, he just got pit stop stuff.
Yeah, he would have held up because Bot was in. I'll be honest, I don't hate the mediums because I think, because the way I'm looking at it is we go green till the end from here. He's going to struggle. I don't think we'll be green till the end.
What do you think is going to happen next?
I think, well, there will be at least another VSC. At this track, it's almost a guarantee, and not just because of the track, where the tier 2 guys are so close that there's bound to be a bit of argy-bargy, you know, maybe a couple of mistakes that might, you know, you might accidentally hit another person. But it's also just that this game and connection, something's bound to happen. And I won't be surprised if it's on the restart. As they say, safety cars breed safety cars, whether it's a full course or a VSC. There's just no way that I think this race will use, even with 13 drivers left, I think we're going to run out of safety cars. That just happens at this track.
Fair enough. I mean, I was talking to Sebi and he spun actually.
Oh.
He had like a massive spin off the curb and he's just gone.
Did he say what curb?
It would have been the outside curb before turning in.
Was it the same curb that Daniel Starr hit in quali?
No, it would have been, I think it would have been around 7-8. You know that old
Oh,
notorious
so the
22 curb that would suck?
I mean, it still sucks on this game, but yeah.
Yeah,
So is that double right, is it?
Yeah, it's a double right.
So, yep, okay. That's what I...
The Tony
That's,
Hawk curb, as A-Dog says.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, that curb is horrible. Okay, let's... Can we...
Grandson Nips boxing onto the hard tyres. No, onto the... Excuse me, sir, why are you going on the mediums? You just got off the hards to go on the mediums.
What position was he in when he went in? Do you remember?
I believe he would have been 9. 8 or 9.
Okay, so I don't think it's a terrible idea, because this could go... There's two ways. The normal pit strategy is medium to hards up to 15 laps. Now, like I said, Daniel Starr is probably going to have to do 15 to 16 racing laps. Then you also got to take into account he's probably going to have 2 laps under safety car. It's minimal wear, but it's still wear. Now, Grandson Nips is probably going to only have to do 1 safety car lap, and he'll have to do the same amount of racing laps. But his tyres should get to the end. Again, they will not be fun to drive at that point. But if he, on those mediums, he should blitz Beza and Echo, no offense to those guys, but they're on old hards. And then if he gets past them, he should be good and be competitive with those guys. And then when the tyres start to fall off, if he's in a DRS train, he will be fine. He's just got to keep it in the corners. As the safety car comes in this lap, and it could be 16 to 17 to the end. Green flag, hopefully. Probably won't be, in my opinion.
Either of VSC or safety car.
Which I think there will be. It's
Safety
just
car
who might cause it. Where will the accident come?
I think it'll be Echo and Beza. No offense. No offense
Maybe.
to the Maniac going immediately as he gets out of the final corner. Elmer Jacko sticking right on his tail. Voider and Botanical Bot will be battling into turn 1 and 2. Ghost Rider and Ladozi will be next up. J-Man and T-Summons have lost about a second to each other. And BCP right on the back of T-Summons. J Beza getting another 3 seconds. Echo 8 tenths behind has, oh my god, not a move there. Grandson Nips went for a move on J Beza into the notorious corner you don't want to go for a move on. Turn 3. So he went for a move
have
there.
done that. We've already, there's already a gap built. We've already smack bang in the middle of the train.
No.
Oh, there goes Ghost Rider!
With Ladozi again. Ladozi getting caught in another incident.
Wow.
Just like in qualifying, he's now caught in an incident again. J-Man from out of nowhere. This guy was he was 9th, and he is now in P5. He is on the rise.
Well, I mean, that's what happens when you come to Saudi. If you can just keep it clean, and stay out of the incidents, fine. And obviously, stay as far away from the wall as possible, which is easier said than done, because of the layout of the track.
It's like Monaco without the elevation.
Exactly. Monaco at higher speeds. So,
And
he's doing a good
elevation.
job. Yeah. He's just got to keep the eye on T. Salmons, and, I mean...
T. Salmons does have like 9 seconds. He's got 6 seconds. Everyone else doesn't have penalties. J-Man 2.3 away from Botanical Bot. Ladozi has retired in the pit lane.
No.
He's done. J Beza and Ghost Rider getting their wings changed. Going on, Ghost Rider is going on mediums and J Beza on the hards.
What with the pen, that's gonna come in very important. But as long as he keeps it in the lines, there could be a potential removal depending on what they are. I'm just interested with J-Man here because I think there's two things that can happen here. Either A, he just hopes that Salmons has the pace and they can start working together to catch the front runners, or B, the guys at the front have an error where Bot is teetering on that edge of a second now, so he needs to rein it in, and Void is also teetering towards that second, but they're both in DRS right now, so they should be pretty safe. But I would be thinking, if I was J-Man, I would want, as looks like there was a little bit of contact coming out of that last corner with a bit of a slide, I would be wanting to work with T7s as much as possible here.
Well, I mean, Voider breaks super late into corners, gaining almost 5/10. Someone has crashed, and that is Daniel Starr and grandson Nips. Daniel Starr has got wing damage.
It doesn't look like grandson Nips has any.
Oh,
actually,
again.
you would know. Beza in the pits again. Putting on mediums, could be...
he got his wing damaged again.
Okay. Makes sense. But it's a free position for Ghost Rider, who can definitely go to the end on those mediums now. As we look back, again, Voider is teetering on that second 9/10.
Oh,
just about to hit the DRS zone.
J-Man has lost a second.
Oh. Interesting, I wonder what happened there. I think that's not great.
He wants to get out of it, because with his 6 seconds, he will lose position to J-Man and BCP at the moment. Oh, and Daniel Starr, but Daniel Starr should be boxing for hards. If he does have
that's what he's going to do.
J-Man has been passed by Echo.
That's all T7s can do. He's just got to go for it and hope he can somehow catch the guys ahead and just use their DRS.
Jacko into P1, getting ahead of Maniac. Botanical Bot getting ahead of Voider. Interesting moves all around. And apparently it is T8 Unit's birthday as well.
Of course it is.
So happy birthday to him, even if it isn't. Happy birthday. Daniel Starr has put on the new medium compound tyres. Ghost Rider might not get past him, so he will continue staying ahead. 1 second for Botanical Bot, but
Echo
is in the wall.
Echo's lost it.
Yeah. He's sitting there. No one's coming.
He's lost half his wing. It's a real pain. Not something
like
you
everyone
want to see.
Eating walls today.
Yep, as I just watched J-Man just touch the wall there. Don't want to be doing that, doesn't matter whether it's your tyres or the wings. You want to stay as far from the wall as possible.
I will say T Salmons has now got 2 seconds. He is on the
run. He's doing a good job. He's showing that he's got the pace over J-Man and that McLaren. But it's the other McLaren that is in a DRS train.
So might get passed here by Maniac. Yes, he does. Botanical Bot getting a 31.5.
The power of the DRS is very potent. Helped Bot drag his way to a fastest lap there.
A 31.5. That was about 700ths faster than Maniac. Jay Beza having an incident. Has he lost his wing again?
He has damage again.
Oh god.
He does have wing damage again.
Well, I mean, I believe for this league, is it top 15 score points?
If you finish tonight, you're scoring points, so...
Okay, so if it's top 15, everyone would have scored points.
Yes, yeah, pretty much, so, I don't know, it was a bit silly from some of the guys.
Yeah,
this is only the second race in the season, there's no need to throw away a race like that.
I do not like that drone camera because it makes it look all fuzzy. So we'll stay with the TV cameras that they give you on the track.
Don't say drones around Americans.
Oh well, you say school of fish, that's also worse. Anyway, Maniac has Jacko up his ass. Botanical Bot is almost a second behind and has the wiggles. Voida Cornet is behind. Maniac setting a new fastest lap.
Interesting. Jacko didn't go for the move there with the DRS, and I'm assuming a bit of VRS at his disposal.
I will say.
Would have thought he would have gone.
Oh, sorry. T Salmons 3.6. He is losing time, but he is gaining time on J-Man at very fast rates. But BCP is right on the tail of J-Man, so you would like to get past. As it stands, T Salmons will only lose out to J-Man and BCP.
Yeah, well, T7's got to find another 3 seconds, so it's going to be tough. It's doable though. Even though T7's a pretty quick driver, he can just keep it clean, and those two they're going to battle. So
If Botanical Bot has lost him.
Has he?
Yeah, he does not have DRS.
Well, that's going to hurt.
So
He's got to have a killer run through this corner.
Jacko
which
actually
it won't
messed
get
it
him back
up.
in it.
Jacko messed up and that got him back in.
No, he wasn't. Not back in time, but it could be enough for this DRS straight down the pits, and it definitely will be.
So that is magical scenes for the Williams. They like staying within DRS. Jacko does go for the move this time. Up at the front.
J-Man and BCP going hammer and tong in the last corner. It's almost out to 4 seconds now for Salmons.
He might actually keep ahead of both of them, you never know.
Yeah, at this rate he probably will, but if I was these two boys, this is where the IQ comes into question. Like, you know... No, not like trying to insult them, but like this is where the racing IQ comes into question, okay? You know the driver in front has got a 6-second penalty. You are 4 seconds behind. You have to do everything to stay in that, and J-Man's looking very loose in these corners. He has to stick with BCP in order for them to both get Salmons.
I wonder if BCP will catch, or will he... Yeah, he's catching a little bit at a time. Botanical Bot has gotten back in within the DRS, which is not helping. Maniac going for a move there has the worst one I've ever seen. Better than Lance Stroll, but still bad. Jacko is alongside. Will he stay? No, he's... Are they going to play DRS chicken? Yes, Jacko is going to wait. And he's going to go on the outside, but this brings Botanical Bot right into the mix. And Voida Cornet is right behind them, just sitting there. Will everyone go for a move on Maniac? Not just yet. Jacko going wide.
Maniac must be running some lower wings than everyone else, because he's... I mean, I couldn't tell you... Well, I totally could if I had a look, but... I don't know how Jacko's using his DRS, because, I mean, he should just blow past him with that DRS. It's so powerful here. So, I'm assuming Maniac must be running a low setup. Although I've probably got an idea of what it is, and it's probably what Websy ran yesterday. But, yes, I'm kind of astounded.
BCP is catching. It's about 3... J-Man is lagging now.
J-Man's
Jesus.
been able to stay... Oh, and he's just spun.
He lagged, and it looked like he just turned into the wall.
Well, that's a shame. I was about to talk him up and say that he's done a good job to stay within that second still. After what looked like he had lost it. Because I think they would have been fine.
Again.
But I guess not.
He's really lagging now.
Yeah, it's not great. The front four have now lapped Beza, who gets out of the way in a appropriate manner.
Will Voida go for a move? stay behind. What about Jacko? He is 5 tenths away. I will say BCP is catching T Salmons very slowly, but is still catching. T Salmons is losing about 4.3, so Botanical Bot will only go down 1 position.
It's interesting. It's very interesting, this top 4.
J-Man boxing. And retiring.
Shouldn't have done that, unless the lag was that bad, but, I mean...
I don't think he
thoughts?
would be that bad.
Love to hear your thoughts, A-Dog. Because that, you know, I wouldn't have done that. I've just had a quick look at the telemetry for the front 4, and I'm not seeing a lot of battery getting used, which I am surprised by. It's a lot of high percentages at the moment. And that's obviously why Maniac is not getting past. But it doesn't look like he's burning to stay in front either. They're all hovering around the same percentage where they started the lap. And they're just not really playing with the battery all too much. Maybe a little bit out of the corner here and there. Yeah, I've
seen them, but he does have Jay Bezza right behind. BCP is kind of sitting on that 4 second to 3.7 second gap. He's not going down, but he's not going up either.
I don't know, it's just...
God, this dining table chair is uncomfortable. It feels like I'm sitting on needles. Jesus.
I feel like any of these, well, excluding Maniac, I feel like, oh, and Bot has just dropped out of a second. He's now having to burn to get back in, so that's... Oh, Salmons is out! And it's at that corner.
Well,
that is not great.
Life's fun.
Yep. Must be great being an Aston TP. And that's a safety car, and everyone should be pitting for the soft tyres now.
Jay better stay out. And he got a drive through. Never mind.
So now it doesn't matter what I was going to say. But the top 4, excluding Maniac, so actually 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, were all 90 plus on the battery.
Well, I mean, Botanical Bot's not going to help him in the slightest because he's got 3 seconds.
Oh, well, not now, but...
I mean,
those guys all had a ton of battery. Yeah, probably.
You actually could look through Race Director and see who's got penalties and who's got warnings. Just check Maniac, Elmer Jacko, Voider, and PCP.
It's a good call.
Well, they're all coming in anyway. They're all going on the softs.
Well, we'll look at the front 4, excluding Botanical, because he's got a pen.
Well,
so,
you could get another one, so you never know.
Maniac is clean at the moment.
Lucky. Oh, Elmer Jacko's gone on mediums.
So you must use all the softs. Oh, that's... I've just clicked on the same driver again. My bad. Jacko has 2 warnings. He's on the edge here.
And he's on the
yeah, interesting call. The medium's a good tyre, though. Botanical has 3 warnings. I mean, obviously he's got a pen, but he doesn't have any extra warnings. Look at Voider. Voider has 2 warnings as well. Now again, these might not be exceeding track limits warning. I'm just looking at the driver. I haven't gone into the actual incident itself, because that will take forever. I won't be able to pinpoint each driver. And considering that the grid is now closed up, we'll have a look at the remaining drivers. We got Banana Cake Pie sitting on 1 warning. Got Grandson Nips. Okay. He's got a lot of warnings. There's quite a few warnings. And Ghost Rider has 2 warnings, but I believe one of them is from the Turn 1 incident. And funnily enough, he's back up in 7th. He's in contention again after having a good quali session. So, he's managed to find his way back in it, and most of these drivers are. I would say.
I am thinking it is going to be lap 22. Safety car comes in
Well.
just because of where Jay Bezza is.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, that grid's pretty jumbled up. I could say if we could genuinely have a 9-way fight for the victory, whether or not it will be an actual win because of the penalties that some people have is a different story. But
a 9-way fight for the lead at Saudi Arabia with about 4 laps to go if the safety car comes in.
It's possible. I think they're all pretty close. They're all on the soft tyres, so Jacko's going to be sweating. And this is why I never use 3 sets of softs in quali. Just in case for this exact scenario. Although for me it doesn't matter because I'm in tier 1, so I just use all 3 sets anyway. But if I was in a competitive championship, well, if I had that set of softs, I might have. But it's going to be tough for Jacko. Like, the mediums are, again, a very good tyre around here, but those softs are just going to be so quick.
I actually wonder, will Jay Bezza make it before 22 or will it go to 23? Will we get only 2 laps of racing just because of how far away he is?
Well, that's probably what Jacko's hoping for at best. Because that means that he's got 1 lap to get it in, get the tyres warm, and he's only got either 1 lap to defend from the fast guys behind, but then on the opposite side he's only got that 1 lap to get past Maniac. Unless he could do it on the first lap, where his tyres will take longer to warm up. But, you know, I've seen crazier things. Like the temperature in SA.
Of course. It's nutter.
It's 26 in my living room now.
It's 27 in mine.
Oh, why is it getting hotter in your room?
It was at 26.7 degrees, now it's gone up 0.3.
Jeez. The heat from the comms box is getting to you now.
No, I might fall asleep.
I'm not being biased, Cat, but I agree with you. Although I would say Voida is a smoky to win this race from now.
We cannot let A-Dog's team win.
Well, we can. We did it last season.
You did it last season, but it can't happen again.
I could. Totally could.
You're not racing. But
What do you mean?
Are what? You said you totally could, and I said you aren't racing.
It totally could. Mate, I could crash plenty more times in tier 1 and make it harder for V-Carb. Actually, I don't need to do that. Sevi did it already. I mean, I did it too, so it's okay.
As well.
Yeah, but mine was at the corner that most people crash at, so it's okay.
Everyone else's in tier 2 was at corners you don't normally crash at.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway,
I'm certain by looking at the track map that Bezza is going to catch up during this race, during this lap, unless
gets wing damage.
That is a possibility, but surely he can't be pushing that much. Unless he does a Scotty, where he slows down or potentially pits. Although, I don't think that's possible because I think there's a certain number of laps that the safety car can be out for in general. And I think we might be hitting that lap limit.
Yeah, because it can't. It has to leave at least 2 laps of racing.
But there has to be 2 laps of racing, and I think the safety car can only stay out for 4 laps at most.
He is pushing, but he is at the line now. So we should be in this lap, which leaves us with 3 laps of racing. Which means 2 laps will have DRS.
Hey dog, I beg that I get dropped so I can come home.
No.
But then you gotta. But you're an admin. You can just make it happen. You might as well just give me the tier 2 reserve right now, anyway. All right, safety car in this lap, as we said. No surprises here. So I would say that Grandson Nips and Echo and Bezo are the three people that are out of this race completely. I think Bot's got 3 warnings. One of them could be removed, so he could lose the pen. He's in with a chance, but as I said, I think Voider is a serious smoky. And same with Cake. Oh, Banana Cake Pie, BCP.
Tires are shining, but he is going after this corner immediately. But he does. Botanical Boy is right on the back of Elmer Jacko here. He wants this. Everyone wants this. Elmer Jacko is pushing.
It's a sprint now.
Oh, Elmer Jacko round the outside. Gets it done.
Wow.
Oh my god, no. Maniac is back.
It's the traction on those softs. I'm not even surprised by that.
Jay Bezo has boxed for his drive-through.
We'll keep an eye. Void is still just sitting there. Same with BCP. Grandson Nips all over the back of BCP. Have a look.
Ghost Rider and Daniel Starr will get past Grandson Nips and Botanical Bot, which will push them both down to 8th and 7th, 7th and 8th. Just not going to go well for both of them, especially for the Williams and the Alpine. I think that's Cuds and somebody else I forgot.
For what teams did you say?
Williams and Alpine will go 7th and 8th. So I know Cuds is Alpine.
I think you mean ads.
Yeah, ads, Cuds. Literally confuses me with the name.
It's because there's so many of them. I can't remember.
There's 3 of them. There's FBR and...
okay.
Oh my god, Ghost Rider going for the move, does not get it done, but Grandson Nips has lost out to be.
He's also got no battery, Ghost Rider. He is absolutely drained it. That's not the lap to be draining it on. Very close.
Almost shoving Jacko in the bum. I don't like that.
Oh! Jacko has a pen.
Oh, it's gone down the drain.
Could be getting removed. I think that is only his 3rd warning, so there is a possibility as there seems... well, it could be. That's all I'm saying.
Ghost Rider's got 3 seconds.
Yep.
At the moment, Voider is going to be 2nd. BCP is going to get 3rd at the moment. Jay Bezo getting a 3-second.
Just going to pretend I didn't see that from down below.
Maniac.
Even though Jacko's got that penalty, if it could get removed, he's still got a lot of battery at the moment. So, like, an insane amount of battery compared to everyone around him. So he's got the advantage, also with having DRS. But the only issue is outside of every corner, if he is not using overtake, and that won't help him much anyway. These soft runners are just going to blitz him on traction.
DRS is open for final lap. So oh my god, Botanical Bot, where are you going? He's going for it. Overtaken. And Botanical Bot is going for the move. Jacko around the outside. Gets it done.
Got a bad run.
Everyone is pushing Voider. He's going for the move.
Oh, this is dangerous.
Oh no, do not go there.
Oh, that could have ended poorly.
Elmer Jacko is currently leading this race with Botanical Bot in P2. And if they get their pens removed, that could be a 1-2 for the Williams and the Kit Sauber. Voider corner has Maniac behind, who has somehow lost 3 positions. Zandon's not going to be very happy with how that has turned out. BCP just on the back of everyone. Daniel Starr trying to keep up with him. Ghost Rider has lost a second, of course, with poor battery management.
Jacko has just drained the battery to absolutely gap everyone, to not give them a chance in the DRS. And I think Bot was too busy looking backwards, so
almost gets out of shape. We'll have Voider on his bum. Voider is going to win if he stays ahead.
Yep. And Maniac has no battery. Botanical Boss got no battery. I mean, neither does Voider anymore, but
Elmer Jacko will come across the line even with his 3 seconds.
Maniac's going to
win.
go Voider here, I reckon.
No,
Oh, it's close. He did. He just got it. Oh no, he didn't.
Voider
Sorry,
kept
that was the movement from Jacko and
in
Bob.
P3.
My bad.
Banana Cake Pie getting P3, Daniel Star P4, Jacko and Botanical Bot 5 and 6 with their pens. Jay Beza is the final driver to cross the line. Up to the line, he is wiggling. He actually finished the race top 10. Magnificent.
That'd be interesting. I do think that Jacko only got 3 warnings, so we might see that in the steward's room potentially. I mean, if he doesn't think he can get it removed, he won't be in there. So I don't. But I don't know. I get a feeling, but it would be kind of funny if he can't get it removed, because I said Voider was a smoky, and he's finished on the top of the podium for this race, which I'll be honest, I thought I was kind of lying to myself when I said that. I didn't think it was a possibility. Having to overtake 3 people with the possibility of 2 of them getting a pen removed, and, you know, there was such a gap between them. So I'm kind of surprised in the end that he has finished on top. So a little bit of a surprise to me.
Yeah, well, that is the end. 3900 split first and second. V-Carb just losing out at the end. Started first in 4th. Well, Voider Cornet first across the line. Maniac. Then BCP started 11th, is 3rd. Daniel Star 14th is 4th. So those two increase their chances from driver of the day. Elmer Jacko and Botanical Bot with their penalties finishing 5th and 6th. Ghost Rider in P7, Echo in P8, Grandson Nips P9, Jay Beza in P10. Then your DNFEs are T Salmons, J-Man, Ludozi, Sebi, and Izzy Bro. So just as, let's get this thing up. This connection is restored. Okay, now I can leave this game. As we go to get everyone invited.
Gonna have interviews, are we?
Yeah, we are gonna have interviews.
Ooh. I haven't got to be a part of this in ages. Comes with the territory of being slow at a T, you shouldn't be.
Nah, you should be there.
Shut up.
Just waiting for drivers to join, if they are going to join, because knowing some people, they won't. They just like to celebrate.
Imagine missing an interview.
With
I would
eBay
love
boy.
to waffle after winning a race.
With eBay boy.
Oh, well, that's not much. I mean, what they could do best is come in here and talk shit about how I can't be competitive now because I missed my opportunity to be in that tier. Come in, laugh. Aha, you're not racing tier 2, so.
Oh, hang on, we gotta go in podium interviews.
Oh. Well,
so, yeah, I'll see you.
I blame you because I was in my kitchen, man.
Fair enough. You're in your kitchen. Fair enough. So we should be, eBay boy should be coming soon. He was in his kitchen. So he should be here anytime soon. Who was that? That was eBay Boy joining. He's back.
Here, back in the kitchen.
The Cornetto and the Maniac. Botanical
I already
Bot
forgot.
say,
Who finished third?
BCP.
Oh, okay.
If he isn't going to join, eBay Boy, you can do number 2. You can do Voider. Cornetto for A-Dog.
I believe Voider won, so I think he's number 1.
God damn it. You still want to do him anyway?
Do you want me to start with the winner?
Sure, why
Or
not?
we start with the P2?
BCP is being a pain in the bum.
Well, we can give him another minute if need be. Is he not saying anything? In the
He just
Discord?
said, pay me. Not gonna.
Alright, fuck it. We're moving on with it. We're gonna start with our. We'll start with our number 2 drive. We'll leave the race win to the end because they deserve the most praise. So Maniac in the V Carb P2 for you tonight, mate. After very good quality session. How was it?
Well, I thought I was gonna do shit in quality, not gonna lie. But I'm just so gutted I lost P1 just at that last corner.
Yeah, it was looking pretty racy all race with you and Jacko, and then obviously Bot and Voider were just trailing behind a bit, but they were there and not there at times. I've raced with Jacko before, but you know what's it like racing with him now?
He keeps it clean. He's just a presence. He's just always there, just like fuck off, in a respectful way.
I feel
Go
that was
away.
like that quite a bit last season.
Why are you still here?
Who are you talking to, Mozza?
Just out in the open.
Okay.
I'm weird.
What's the next track? I've already forgotten. Is it? It's normally after Jeddah.
I can check. Are we doing?
Imola.
No, is Imola next track?
Yeah, sprint
next
round.
track is Imola, which is a sprint. Round 9 and 10 will be enduro.
Well, now we know what the next track is. Maniac, how are you feeling for Imola and it being a sprint round? I know personally I'm not a fan of that track being a sprint round, but it's a fantastic track, so how do you feel about it?
Yeah, I've got him podium there before, so I feel confident on it. So, be interesting in the sprint race.
Alright, well that's good to hear. Well, enjoy your P2. Obviously, we don't entirely know if there could be removals of penalties. I'm sure we'll find out in the next couple of days. But yeah, you raced well. You're unlucky due to the close nature of your top 4, but you still did a fantastic job, mate, and you deserve it. And I'm not glazing you because you're my teammate.
Thank you. The Glazers deserve that.
Alright, well done, Maniac. You have a good one, buddy.
You too.
Well,
Alright, Kyle Mozza, step it up. Your turn. Take it away with our race winner.
race winner Cornetto or VSC Cornet.
Hello.
How are you today after that race?
Bloody good. Bloody good. Sweaty. But I don't know if the pens will be removed, but I'll take a provisional P1 for sure.
Yeah, Botanical Bot says he might get his pens removed from lap 1.
There was a bit of kerfuffle at lap 1. I fucking got held up a bit well, so yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, well, I mean, how did it feel getting past, I believe that was Maniac, was it? You stayed ahead of him just on the final lap, but you did get past him before that. How did it feel getting past him and screwing him over again?
Bittersweet. We keep meeting in these Sector 3 final lap sort of battles, so it was good that it was Maniac because I could trust him, and it was right down to the line. I don't know what the gap was. I think it was less than a tenth by the end. So hard fought right to the line, and I think I just had a little bit more ARS at the end there, which was my saving grace.
Yeah, it was 39 hundredths between you both.
Oh shit! Yeah, there you go.
It was very, very tight, but you kept ahead. Even without the DRS, you just had that little edge over him. How did you feel after qualifying, especially, I believe you started in the top 5?
Yeah, I think I started 4th. Botched my last quali lap, so I reckon I might have had a bit more in me, unfortunately. But P4 can't complain, and sort of stayed around that top 5 for most of the race. DRS was just the key, really, and had Bot in front of me to help me with that, which was good. And the rest is history.
Yeah, well, just like we asked Maniac, how do you feel with Imola Sprint coming up?
Yeah, I've gone alright there in the past, but wouldn't be my first choice for a sprint, but just means extra points on the table, so fingers crossed we can pull out another good result.
Yeah, well, you hope so.
Yeah, bloody oath.
Well, we would have had Banana Cake Pie in here, but he decided that he wanted to be paid to join. So it looks like he will not be joining us today. And
he only finished P3, he doesn't deserve to be paid.
He doesn't deserve to be paid. Do you have any other words, eBay boy?
Not too many. It was a very enjoyable race. There was a lot of ups and downs through the grid. Obviously, we had a few people DNF, or I think we had a couple pit and quits, which I don't know why. Points down to 15th, probably a bit silly, and I assume the TPs won't be overly happy. But yeah, other than that, I thought it was a good race, and I called Voider as most smoky in the last 4 laps, and I'm pretty proud of that.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, A-Dog was very, very happy, and after that he just started insulting you for being in the kitchen. He said there's a difference. Sorry, he said with you it's either waffling or eating waffles. There's no in between.
I haven't had waffles in ages.
Well, we've given him a snack.
Okay, cunt.
Well,
Alright, let's get over and done with. I got dinner to eat, mate.
I'm eating Weet-Bix for dinner.
God.
Well, that's the end of stream. I hope everyone enjoyed watching. BCP said, you can't afford me, so, I mean, no one can.
Man, I can barely avoid my rego, so you're probably right.
Fair enough. Thank you for enjoying the stream. Wednesday, Tier 3 will be back at Jeddah. Hope you all enjoy that race as well. But this is me and eBay Boy going because this guy's got dinner. I hope everyone enjoyed stream. Yeah, and it's bloody hot as. So yeah, hope you enjoyed. See you for Tier 3 tomorrow. Goodbye.